All right, greetings everyone. Welcome back to Blade Bias. Today we are digging through Ted's Balisong case yet again. I'm sorry if the past few videos, like the past 3 or 4, have felt rushed or anything to do like that because I kind of have rushed them. I'm filming this all the night before Ted is going to take this back, and there is so much content confined in the small walls of this case. So many things to check out. I was planning on giving everyone their own video, but I couldn't even do that. And then there was going to be some follow-ups to some, and it's been crazy. I'm sorry if it felt a little rushed, but whether or not it was, we're at the end now. So I'm going to take you through all of my fully up-to-date thoughts on each and every Balisong in here, starting with the Haystack Jigsaw. This is a Balisong that reshaped my world. I'm not going to reiterate everything in all these, so if you're looking for more detailed thoughts on each of these, just go check out their respective videos. They were uploaded not too long ago. I'm sure you can find them. But it's been really nice to come back to this thing. I don't like how it flips, but I don't hate how it flips either. Like, if I was trying to learn a new trick or train for a competition, this would not be my first choice. This would not be the thing that I reach for. But as something to just have a little fun with, I can see it. It fans very well. Kind of like the Corvus. You know, the Corvus is a Balisong that I don't think is the most amazing flipper out there. But it's just such a fun and addicting flipper that it stays in my, like, favorites category. This is kind of the same way, although I don't put it on the same level as the Corvus because it doesn't, as weird as it is to say, it doesn't have the consistency of the Corvus, even though the Corvus isn't super consistent. Still though, fun to check out again, especially with how weird it was to check out the first time. It's a nice to go down that memory lane, if you will. The Zika. A genuinely disappointing Balisong when I first checked it out, but there's not much to say here. I said everything that I could in the Did They Fix the Zika video. They fixed the scales, but this is still a big problem. Apparently, this is something that might get fixed in the future. Ted mentioned to me that he was going to get his fixed. Whatever that means, I don't totally know. So maybe the Zika will be something to keep your eye on in the coming months. If they fix that, it would genuinely be a Balisong that I would probably recommend. But in its current state, it's just so close to greatness that it just makes it kind of even more disappointing. Because I genuinely do like how it flips. And now that it has the new scales, genuinely a little bit more comfortable. But still not a Balisong that I would take out and flip constantly, The solo. Something I feel like there have been people messaging me since I made that video being like, who glazes the solo? I don't get it. I swear, man, I go to Blade Show and every time there is someone or multiple people that say, have you tried a solo? It's amazing. I just got to try one. Or like, oh, here's this solo that I just bought. It's amazing. I always get people to glaze the solo. Again, like I mentioned in the Solos 2 videos at this point, I don't think you're wrong if you like the solo. The solo just isn't a Balisong for me. The solo leaves me single. The solo solos out my fun for flipping. The solo, I'm going to stop now. There's nothing here. So, and it really just all comes down to the chaplain. If I can't trust $1,000 Balisong to chaplain, then I'm probably just not interested in that $1,000 Balisong. Even if this is some weird like version where the spacers are a little lighter than they otherwise would be. Every solo that I remember trying at Blade Show has been this exact thing. It flips nice until I go in chaplain, and then it just kind of falls apart. So it remains a Balisong that I can see why people like it, but it just does nothing for me personally. Oh, the Empress. This thing was so nice to try again for a few days. It's been really cool to relive that time when Grant was in this community with the Empress and compare it to my Impusa over here in its crowned spot in my collection. While I do generally prefer the Impusa, it's not really for performance reasons more than it is just aesthetics or nostalgia that I have attached to my personal Impusa. I think the Empress is overall the better Balisong and probably one of the best flipping ones that Grant has released. Not without flaws, but very good. And I actually really like it. My biggest complaint that I've noticed on this specific unit, probably all of them, since I made that first video, is that the edges inside the channels are actually pretty sharp. So I'm getting a little bit of discomfort when I kind of flip at a weird, like the Balisong goes at a weird angle, and then I find that the channel is digging into my fingers a little bit. And it's only the one side, so it's off. It's not symmetrical, and it's just weird. So that's cool. But really my main and only complaint with this thing. Otherwise, balance is good, love the looks, and man, do I miss Fellowship. Flipping it over to the other side, this is more of the recent stuff. Actually, no, my favorite Balisong in the whole case. The Peon has floored me in a way that a Balisong hasn't floored me in such a long time, and it's a nice feeling. When something surprises you in a way that nothing has in a long time. This is the first time that I have felt like truly inspired by a Balisong's performance to value ratio since I made the comparison in the original video, but since the Sliff T. I mean, like, this is a very similar story to the Sliff T for me, because the Sliff T was a Balisong that I paid no attention to until I learned, oh, it's S35VN, and it's channel titanium, and it's all these amazing things, and it's only $400? Wait, that's insane. Same thing with the Peon. Oh, it's 7075 aluminum with a really cool blade made by Andrew Myers, so it actually feels like a handcrafted piece. And I'm only paying $300 for it, $25 more than a Kraken? Sign me up. Now, aluminum Balisongs for $300 is usually a tough sell for me, and generally still will be, but this is something that has gone beyond that and just is a Balisong that I really do hope that I can own one day, whether it's a first production or the future ones that they will make. Man, would I love to have one of these, and I'm super excited to check out their updated version at Blade Show, which actually, based on how much content I've gotten out of this case, by the time you see this video, we're actually probably gearing up to kind of close to Blade Show. Maybe it's like less than a month away, which is crazy. So that's wild. But this is my favorite thing in the case. Biggest surprise. Man, am I keeping my eye out for one of those. This side, not too much to say. Like I said, most of the things here are from recent videos. So I'm going to kind of speed through them. And then we'll close up Ted's case and give him one more huge thank you. The Glide Kraken, my favorite alternate Kraken besides the Damascus one. Flips really nice and helps with the balance with those speed channels. The Cerakote isn't too bad either, although I have learned since making that video, I probably would prefer a more satin finish on my handles. I generally do for the Kraken, because my Damascus Kraken is the same way. It's got like a matte finish to it. I prefer the satin, but this isn't too bad. I like how it feels, and I really like how it flips. And I really like how it looks. It's just a cool color. The Stitch Reblade, I don't even know what to call this. It's like a one-of-one thing. Super cool. Flips very nicely. Not much else I can say because, you know, it's not like a product as far as I know. And because I'm filming this before I release the video on this, I don't know if I'm actually corrected on that. So if Ted corrected me in the comments of that video, same thing applies here. But it's just cool. I don't know much else to say. I really like the blade design, like I said, because this kind of reminds me of a design that I was kicking around a few years ago. But cool stuff. The Replicant, the NRB Replicant, it's very cool to try something from a maker that I really do respect that is like so old in their lineup. Like this is back in the... I can't even remember. I can visualize the Balisong, but I can't remember the name of it, which is crazy. But the Decode, maybe? Is that one of NRB's old Balisongs? But this is like kind of back in those days. And you can feel it. It has an interesting feel to it. It's super blocky, but I don't hate it. My main problem is the bottoms of the handles are really sharp and the blade. But the blade is BRS. This is a replicant blade, so it's not really NRB's fault. Everything else about this feels pretty good. I mean, it's a fun custom rep. Sounds really nice. Looks really nice. I love the color. And flips better than you would expect. Same thing for this, the Palatheus, whatever the hell this thing's called. Because you pick it up and you get one idea, you flip it and you go the complete opposite. This is a really interesting Balisong because it looks like it's going to flip really heavy and handle bias, and then you pick it up and it's really long and light and floaty. And I like that. I think that's cool. I like when you don't judge a book by its cover, and it proves you that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Yep. Nailed that one, Ethan. Let's put the Balisong next. Let's put the Balisong down and go next. The final Balisong, this other rep, the Buffalo Dingus rehandle, collab rehandle. This is more of like an old school flipper. It is much heavier. It feels more handle biased, but it's still agile enough to be more modern. Like it's not sluggish in a way that I would describe like the Madco is kind of heavy and sluggish. God, that was I can't believe how long it's been since that video. There's going to be people here who have no idea what I'm referencing when I say that, which is crazy to me. But, you know, it feels a little more heavy and sluggish, but it's not actually heavy and sluggish. And I think that's kind of cool. But the Replicant, like I said in that video, just a fascinating Balisong. And just like that, that does it for Ted's case. I apologize that I kind of rushed through it. I didn't really have enough time to spend with this between things going on in my life and Ted coming in. It's just kind of been a whirlwind. I would have loved to dedicate more time to this. I'm sorry I couldn't. Hopefully whatever I did cover, you were happy with. Ted, thank you so much for allowing me to spend some time with your collection. This has been a truly special experience, much like it is every time that you send me stuff to check out. And with that, I will close Ted's case and stop digging through it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Later.